Okay, back to a bit more daily of Daily Lama about what goes on. Just finished up a live stream on Facebook with Von doing her Zwift Academy ride with a lot of ladies. Had over 1,000 views, which is really cool. And we played some tunes and Von got to discuss what was going on there. So a lot of eyes on what we're doing and the platform, and enjoying things on one of the days that's raining outside. So not a bad thing at all. So yeah, day started off today. Look, I'll just go through today. There's a few funny things that happened. Started off with a coffee, as you do. It's Melbourne and it's cold. Bit of prep for a Tour de France night they're having, or pre-Tour de France night they're having down at Peak Cycles down in Burgundy Street. And I've got a few Alienware Alphas that needed a bit of updating just to make sure everything runs smoothly. And you think it'd be just a case of turning them on and making sure they're updated, but no, oh my God. Windows updates, Windows drivers updates, NVIDIA driver updates, Zwift updates, and we had it all sorted, no problems at all. Then Zwift pushed out a new update for this afternoon. So again, all the systems had to go on and update it, but we're all fine, all good, all prep is done. Just amazes me how much work actually goes in behind the scenes to make these things run smoothly. But all part and parcel of what goes on. Then there was a knock at the door from delivery from FE Sports. I had a new power cable for the kicker. One of the plugs that I've got on one of my kickers had just broken off a little bit. It was only cosmetic, it worked perfectly. And rather than send me a little pigtail version, they sent me the whole cable itself. I think it was a bit of a challenge they sent me, because getting that thing in took 3 years off my life. What an absolute freaking nightmare. Got it in perfectly, tested it, spun down the system, and yeah, kicker's as good as new now, so happy with that. But for the love of God, if you ever need to have that done to your kicker, send it to a service center, or just burn the current one and go buy a new one, because my God, that was another thing I'm using on the Cycling Tips website today. I have to comment on that. There was an article on Bicarb Soda and how to load up on Bicarb Soda. Definitely not my thing. I have seen somebody in the past, and what I put in the comments there, it's got quite a few likes. It was an interesting story. We're up in Dunkgrey Velodrome up in Sydney for the Masters Champs a few years back, doing the Pursuit, which is one of the things that Bicarb Soda is meant to be good for. Good rider, well-known rider, was in his age group, spinning around the track, going flat out, doing a really good time. Next thing, 2Ks in, he stops pedaling, rolls to the end. I'm like, what the hell? I won't name names. I'm like, what's happened? You know, not having a good day? What's the story? Bit of a sort of a interesting look on his face, and bit of a hand behind the knicks. We're like, the hell's going on here? Next lap around, as he's still rolling around, he turns to me and says, mate, I've shat myself. So from that point on, Bicarb Soda, no way. Like, the sport's a bit of fun. If you're going to shit yourself in a race, it's not my thing. Anyway, very interesting. And I think as well, another comment that I put on there as well, if that's what we're teaching the kids, we're masters racers doing our own thing, but if that's the precedent we're setting for kids, people who look up to us, and we're taking this white powder to go faster, we're not doing the sport any good there. So look, I'm into caffeine, go nuts on the coffees, have your carbohydrates, have your Red Bulls. When it comes to taking the powder that makes you shit yourself, I think that's about the limit. So my take on that one. Finally got on another update from the Elite Trainer. If you saw the Elite Trainer that I had, which was a Cubo Digital Smart B Plus trainer. I've been working with a team out of Italy to get the calibration software working. They sent me a new version of that, tested, working fine, so that trainer's good to go now. There's just a small issue with how it wrote the value to the actual firmware on the unit, but it was the cheapest smart trainer actually that I'd reviewed, which was pretty cool for the price. So anyway, I did a bit of work with those guys, got that all sorted. Jumped on Zwift finally in the afternoon, and who happened to be there? The Maven, Cycling Maven. You all know Cycling Maven, so if you don't, I'll link him below. He's the man. We rolled around. He's getting back into some fitness, and yeah, we put him to the sword up a few of the hills, but he had a good time, and I'm sure we'll hear about it in one of his vlogs as well. And then, yeah, set up for Von for the live stream, and I'll show you some pictures here of what we set up for the live stream tonight. We cleaned up the back here. We put that's just a normal shelf. It looks a bit industrial. So we put some branding up there to make it look nice. We set the room up. I'm still working with the optics of the iPhone, so the front and back video of that. But I think it was cool. We had over 1,000 viewers. And Von's has a different audience to me as well. She's more the female viewer. And look, one story she told me yesterday is when she came back from a ride on Saturday or Sunday, someone who'd seen our live stream the other day, they went out and bought 2 kickers. They sort of saw what we did, saw what it was about, went out and bought 2 kickers. That's awesome. I love that story. If we can show people what it's about and they can then have a better experience indoors in training and complement their outdoor cycling with from something we've been able to show them, that's cool. So that's probably one of the reasons I do all this. So that's about half my day. It takes up quite a bit of my time in between other things. So thanks for watching. And I'll sort out the focus on my finger one day.